probe agencies have stepped up the heat on Rhea Chakrabarti while her questioning at the ED office in Mumbai continues. It's been 4 hours already. Sources are now telling Times Now that her questioning is likely to last till about 7 to 8 p.m. this evening. She's also yet to answer all of the ED's questions and is feigning ignorance on various issues, according to our sources within the Enforcement Directorate. Her brother, Shavik, was let out for a while and was asked to surface and get property papers. He is yet to furnish those details in front of the ED sleuths. This is what we can tell you at this point. Let's go across now to my colleagues joining us now. Bhavtosh Singh, Priyank Tripathi, Wajiullah, Kajal Iyer, as well as Siddhant joining us right now. Let me quickly first go to Bhavtosh Singh. Bhavtosh, we understand the questioning is still going on right now and is also being said that Rhea Chakrabarti is not furnishing all details about what is being asked of her. She has also feigned ignorance about various details that the ED sleuths have been probing her about. We understand that this questioning is likely to continue till about 8 p.m. tonight.
Yes, more importantly, Athar, Rhea Chakrabarti will again be called in for questioning. It could be as early as tomorrow. She will be in fact questioned till 7 p.m. and after which she will be again called in for questioning. That's what the Enforcement Directorate had said. And yesterday her team had made claims that she had all the papers of properties that ED had in fact found which are registered in her name. But it now appears that she could not furnish the details of these documents, following which her brother Shavik was told to go and collect those documents, and that's the reason why he left ED office at around 1:30 in the afternoon and just came back. Whether he has those documents or not is still not clear, but clearly Rhea Chakrabarti, whose legal team sounded very confident early in the morning. As far as questioning goes, Rhea is not cooperating. That's what investigators are saying.
So we are, of course, getting to know more and more as we go along. This investigation, of course, has taken many twists and turns. Priyank Tripathi also on the broadcast with us. Priyank, we understand that not only does the ED claim she's not cooperating, but also certain flat-out questions that she claims she doesn't know about the details about. We also understand that her brother was let out for a while to get papers related to the property here. When is he expected back at the ED office?
Asiyata, the questioning will continue for a few more hours. This is what we are getting to know from Bhavtosh. But the fact of the matter is that at every point of time, the investigators are certainly not getting satisfactory answer. We knew that this kind of strategy will be opted by Rhea Chakrabarti because she is properly briefed by her counsels. She knows every bit of investigation which is going to come up. Because before she could join the investigation, she must have been properly briefed by her counsels regarding what would be the process and what would be the initial questionnaire will be based on, because the Enforcement Directorate also does not have much scope as per this moment, because this is the first round of questioning. There could be several other round of questioning, and in the first round of questioning only, if she is not cooperating, then the road is very tough ahead for her. She has to cooperate with the investigators, because if answers are not satisfactory, because the ED has already gathered the evidence over a period of few days since the time they saw that this case is of such a high importance, and the Bihar police have gone ahead and filing an FIR. So the evidence which is there with the Enforcement Directorate is not certainly corroborating with the kind of statement which is coming out from Rhea. Initially what we heard that she said that I am not having those documents, then the brother was told to go back and bring the document, and on that particular issue, the ED will have to question her. If she does not cooperate, everyone knows what will be the next step with the ED.
Stay on. We're getting some more big breaking news right now. Sources are telling Times Now that Maharashtra government may not oppose the CBI probe in the Supreme Court. Our sources are also indicating this is a purely political decision, given the fact the Congress party in Maharashtra, which is part of the Aghadi, has succeeded in convincing and persuading the Shiv Sena and the NCP, making sure that the Bihar polls angle is still covered here. Sushant, remember, has been projected and is, of course, son of the soil as far as Bihar is concerned. A lot of sensitivities involved here. Harish Nair joins us. Kajal also on the broadcast. So is Siddhant. But Harish, let me come to you first. This is what sources are indicating. The Maharashtra government may not oppose a CBI probe.
Yes, that's right. What I'm given to understand is that there was a meeting yesterday and today between Congress leaders, NCP and Shiv Sena and the legal team. Sources in the legal team are saying that overall the understanding is that as of now is that the Maharashtra government, which has been asked to file its affidavit in Supreme Court in response to Riya Chakrabarti's petition seeking transfer of Patna FIR to Mumbai, and afterwards the Bihar, now the CBI probe has been ordered. So in that affidavit, Maharashtra government is going to say most probably it will say that it is not opposing the CBI probe and will go with it. But earlier there was a rumor that Maharashtra government might move Supreme Court challenging the CBI probe. But according to my sources, it's not going to happen, and Maharashtra government might not oppose the CBI probe. According to my sources, the Congress government, the Congress leaders in Maharashtra have almost prevailed upon, persuaded and convinced the Shiv Sena leaders and NCP that they reminded them of the ensuing Bihar elections, in which this is going to be a very, very, very sensitive matter. And the Congress has almost convinced them that there are a lot of sensitivities involved. Sushant Singh is the son of the soil, and so we must not oppose the CBI probe and let it happen.
Remember, there is a lot of Harish, this of course has been talked about even as we continue our investigation and our coverage into the Sushant Singh death case. Kajal Iyer also on the broadcast. Now Kajal, we've spoken about this and many others have too. The fact that there are polls in Bihar, that particular angle and that aspect of the story, and how people again, time and again have said there are political considerations behind what really happened with the Bihar police kind of going in immediately, and despite the jurisdiction battle, Bihar police pushing in, got the government of the Bihar government, got the support, I beg your pardon, of the Bihar government as well. It seems the Aghadi government in Maharashtra has come to the conclusion that if they oppose the CBI probe, they could perhaps lose out on political ground in Bihar. Convoluted it might sound, but that's the reality.
You know what, the other two parties in the Aghadi, Shiv Sena and NCP, do not have any stake in Bihar elections, so to say, which is why perhaps we have seen combative statements actually coming from both of them. But the Congress so far has been very measured in the statements that they have made, and from what Harish says, it seems that it's the Congress that has actually convinced the other two parties to, see the point in letting the case go to the CBI. That being the case, it is very clear that the Congress is also realizing that the entire advantage, at least as it is being projected, is that the advantage right now in the Sushant Singh case, the way things are going, the way Bihar police came in here and was not able to investigate, the advantage is for the current government, the current dispensation. Perhaps to blunt that significant advantage which has come from the Sushant Singh case, the Congress might have convinced, because Congress is the only party amongst the three in the Aghadi that has a stake, a proper stake in the Bihar elections. Rest of the two parties do not really have many people contesting there. They do not even have proper units in Bihar. So that is one aspect. The other aspect, of course, is the legal wisdom of the entire case. When it comes to federalism, the issue that the Maharashtra government had was that the Bihar police was coming into its jurisdiction. Giving a case to the CBI is not an issue of the issue of
it's
federalism.
It's very interesting that you point out, Kajal, that the Shiv Sena and the NCP have really no dog in the fight as far as Bihar is concerned. NCP does have an office there, but very little ground presence. Well, let me quickly go back to Siddhant on this. Now, Siddhant, we are being told, and I'd like you to confirm this for our viewers, that after that brief break that Shouvik got, Riya's brother, when he was asked to furnish certain papers related to the property purchases, I believe he's back in the ED office. Can you confirm that for our viewers before I ask you another question?
Well, yes, Athar, Shouvik is back at the ED office. We've been told that they were asked to carry certain documents, property-related documents, to the ED office, and they did not. And this was the reason that Shouvik was made to go back and get those documents. These are some documents related to income tax returns and some documents related to the properties that Riya purchased. This is what we've been told, Athar.
All right, there you go. Shouvik is back at the ED office. So let's quickly go across to Wajiullah, who's reporting from the ED office. office. Wajiullah, we've just confirmed that Shawik is back at the office. The questioning will continue, I believe. And just to confirm one more time for our viewers, the questioning of both Shawik and Riya is expected to go till the late hours this evening.
Well, adding to your info, it's not just Shawik and Riya, but it'll also, we have the CA of Riya Chakrabarti, Ritesh Shah, and Shruti Modi, who's also been questioned inside as of now. And as we also we saw Shawik coming back as he was given a brief break of 1 hour where he was asked to go get documents, as what Bhaftosh has told us. They were here from close to from 12 o'clock onwards, and the questioning was still going on. And in the middle, Shawik came out, and we got those visuals for you. We confronted him then also, and after that he went back to his home, which is I think at Bandra, and it takes at least an hour for the person to reach and come back, and he was back here, but we didn't see any documents in his hand. But from what we've been told is that he had gone to get those documents, so those things, those information which Riya did not have, those that the lawyer had told us that they have all the documents of the property that they have purchased, they have documents of all the ITR returns that they have filed, so which were not brought here during the ED questioning. But now what we've got to know from our sources that the questioning will go on till 7 to 8 hours, and after this she might be also called for summoning once more again. So it now remains to be seen that the team of Riya is back inside again. Father had also accompanied Riya earlier in the morning, but he hasn't been asked.
We're running those visuals so far, of Shawik coming back to the ED office, as you pointed out right now. Let's just put that up again on the screen. There it is. No papers really in his hands, and these are the visuals. I can also see Wajiullah in that footage trying very hard to get a reaction out of Shawik. No papers in his hands, remember. He's walking in completely empty-handed. So exactly what he's gotten, we don't know yet. The ED, of course, is still in the process of questioning these individuals along with the CA, as Wajiullah was mentioning right now.